Do you experience overthinking? It is a common experience in our day-to-day life, right? No matter who you are, no matter what you do for your living, no matter what age and stage of your life you are, you have experienced overthinking. I have, and I do still, and it's a common experience. So, first of all, overthinking is not a problem. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be hard on yourself whenever you find yourself overthinking. Please understand that the very nature of the mind is to think. That's the primary activity of our mind, to think. And overthinking is not about having multiple thoughts, but it is about having similar kind of thoughts multiple times. It's more about frequency. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you overthink when you're relaxing on a Sunday evening with your friends, or you're chilling with your family watching Netflix, or maybe you're on a vacation? Do you overthink at that point of time? No, you don't. But you overthink at specific time frames. What are those specific time frames? Those are time frames when you find yourself in a challenging situation, when you're struggling with a deadline, or you're struggling in your relationship, or there are certain expectations, or the stakes are high, or you have a particular plan in your mind, and then there is a lot of ambiguity and anxiety. What if this happens? What if that happens? That is when you overthink. So overthinking doesn't happen randomly, but it is specific to a particular event, a particular timeline. There are two core sources or main sources of overthinking. Yes, please make a note of it. My request to you is that while I am sharing this with you, don't just casually listen, but if you have a notepad and a pen, then please make a note of it. It will really help you. Yes, because what I'm sharing with you and what I'm going to share with you is all practical, very scientific, and you will be able to use this on day-to-day basis. You can also share this with your loved ones, with your family. Two primary sources of overthinking. Just think about it and reflect on everything that I'm saying. The first primary source is our past. Now, when I'm talking about past, I talk about the guilts and the regrets of the past. Now, I want you to think about it. If you go few days back, or if you go few weeks back, or if you go few months back, can you think about certain events, certain incidents, certain interactions, something that happened that you were not happy with? Maybe someone told you something, or maybe someone behaved with you in a certain way you were not happy with. Their voice modulation, the way they made you feel, or maybe certain losses, or maybe you were not selected in an interview, or maybe in your business, at your work, things didn't happen the way you wanted them to go. And then this keeps on replaying in your head, yes or no. You again and again go back to that timeline. You keep on rehearsing those movies. You keep on reliving that incident, that pain, that struggle. This is overthinking, isn't it? You go back, you keep on reliving. That's overthinking. So the first primary source of overthinking is your past. The second source of your overthinking is your future. When I talk about the future, I'm talking about the ambiguities of the future, the uncertainties of the future, the anxieties of the future. What if this happens? What if that happens? I have an interview, I have a meeting, I have to give a presentation, I have to meet this particular person, I have a phone call. All those events where you feel, where you have that sense of something might go wrong, where you're not confident about, that gives you a sense of anxiety, which then makes you overthink. So overthinking either comes from the past or it comes from the future. What does this tell us about overthinking? That the present never makes us overthink. Whenever you are present, when you are in this moment, you are not overthinking. But whenever you are in the present, you are in the state of flow. I want you to remember, or just recall, when was the last time you felt as if time just flew? When was the last time when you didn't even realize, oh, 30 minutes passed by, oh, 1 hour passed by, I didn't even realize. Probably that was the time when you were doing something that you really enjoyed. You were doing something that you really loved doing. It can be playing a sport, it can be singing, it can be dancing, it can be spending some quality time with your loved one. It can be when you were out somewhere, maybe driving, maybe painting. And that's when you were not overthinking, yes or no. In fact, you were completely in that moment, you were completely in the state of flow. Whenever we are in the state of flow, the mind is in the moment. It is not overthinking. But whenever we find ourselves in a fix, that is where the mind starts overthinking. Now, what does this tell about our mind? Overthinking is nothing but it is our mind's effort to find a solution. Just think about it. Our mind wants to find a solution. Your brain operates from a survival state. Your brain doesn't want you to experience pain. And whenever it feels it, whenever it thinks that now you are in a fix, there is a dead end, the stakes are high, that is where it starts becoming restless. Why? Because it is trying to find a solution. It goes back and forth. It tries to evaluate all the options. What if this? What if that? Now what do I? That is just your brain's way. It is just your mind's way to find a solution for you so that you can get out of that situation. So in a way, if you see, overthinking is nothing but it is the process when your mind is trying to help you to get out of that situation. So in a way, overthinking is not bad. But when we are not aware of the state of overthinking, it works against us, which makes us restless. We are more stressed, we are more anxious, and you can actually feel that in your body. But when you are aware that, yes, see, look, I catch myself overthinking, that is where you can actually give it a direction which can help you in unboxing clarity. Okay, till now, are you with me? Yes? If yes, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, now you might be thinking that, come on, Alok, this is a recorded session. How would you see my thumbs up? Come on, engage with me. Okay, now let's understand how can we break this loop of overthinking. Yes, we can actually break the loop of overthinking. Number one, there is a practice called as thought journaling, and this is what I teach my students, my community. We have a mindfulness community, and I teach my mindfulness students that do thought journaling. It is also called as thought dumping. What does this mean? Whenever you catch yourself overthinking, and how will you get to know that you are overthinking? There'll be some kind of restlessness that you will feel in your body, because overthinking is always clipped with an emotion, with a sensation. If you are overthinking, you won't be happy. If you are overthinking, you won't be in a pleasant state. If you are overthinking, you won't be enjoying that moment. Yes or no? If you are overthinking, which means that the engine is here running so fast, then that will have a repercussion in your body. You will feel some kind of uneasiness in terms of your sensation. It can be heaviness. Your breathing would be different. It would be shallow, probably. You might feel some kind of heaviness in your chest, and you would be restless. Even if you're sitting, but internally there is no calm. So this is a hint. Your body will give you a hint that there is something wrong here. So that is your first hint to catch yourself that you're overthinking. And then you're struggling in terms of taking decision. You're struggling in terms of making a choice. That's a second hint that you're overthinking. So at that point of time, you take a paper and a pen and dump all your thoughts there. Start writing. Something magical happens when you put the pen to the paper. Something magical happens when you involve your physiology. Something magical happens when you start writing. And the best part of writing down your thoughts or dumping your thoughts is when those sentences, when those phrases, when those words, they come on the paper, you have immense amount of clarity of what nonsense is going on here. Journaling helps you to breed clarity. And then you read what you have written. You will actually know what is messing up with your mind, what is making you uncomfortable. Second step, once you have that on a piece of paper, now ask yourself one by one, what can I do about this? 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 This is what is called as analyzing and evaluating your controllables in that situation. For example, let's say if you have a meeting and this is causing a lot of uneasiness because now maybe you are an introvert, maybe you're not good with speaking, maybe you're not good with impromptu answers. And then you're like, oh God, what if someone asks me a question? What if I don't have the right answer? And that gives you a little bit of performance anxiety. That performance anxiety is also making you overthink about that situation. Now that meeting is lined up 3 days later, but from today onwards, you feel that anxiety. Relatable? Yeah. I was there. It has happened with me and it has happened with so many of my students. But there is a strategy. So from here onwards, when you find yourself overthinking about that, first of all, write it down. What is causing this overthinking? What is making you restless? What if this happens? What if that happens in the meeting? What if I forget? What if I go blank? What if I look like a fool? Etc. etc. You just write it down. And then ask yourself, what can I do about this? What can I do about this? What can I do about this? What can I... Please remember, whenever you start preparing for that situation, your overthinking comes down. Whenever you start preparing for that uncertainty, you build certainty, and certainty leads to confidence. So this is one of the tools to break the pattern of overthinking. The second tool is more about your mental training. Please understand, whenever you are overthinking, that is the time the fight and the flight mechanism in your brain is activated. Yes, what is that, Alok? What is the fight and the flight mechanism? In the most simplest manner, let's understand this in a layman language. Our brain has an emotional part to it. We have an intelligent brain, we have an emotional brain, and then we also have a reptilian brain, the most ancient brain. So in that emotional brain, we have this organ called as amygdala, amygdala, amygdala. And amygdala is also called as the fear center. So whenever you feel as if you are in a fix, whenever you feel that you are in a state of uncertainty, whenever your brain detects any kind of threat, that amygdala in your emotional brain, it fires up. That process of amygdala firing up is called as amygdala hijack. Whenever amygdala hijack happens, you start feeling restless. You get into the state of overthinking. Adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol is released in your bloodstream. That is called as the fight and the flight mechanism. Your stress response is activated. Sometimes people also feel that their head is getting heavy. They lose perspective. There's a sense of disassociation. All this happens. Their energy levels go down. They get into a state of lethargy. They don't feel like taking any action, and they are just there. The time passes by and the mind is running. It feels as if you are on a treadmill, thinking a lot, but you're not reaching anywhere. So this is where it's very important for us to activate our relaxation response at that point of time. The relaxation response can be activated by practicing mindfulness. One of the best ways, now this is your second tool, okay? How can you practice mindfulness? Very simple. Very simple. You can do this right now with me. Wherever you are, sit straight and focus on your breath with your eyes open or closed. Just focus on your breath. Every breath that is coming in, every breath that is going out. In case you wish to close your eyes, you can do that. Every breath that is coming in, every breath that is going out. Be super aware of your breath. Every breath that is coming in, every inhale and every exhale. Let your breath be your anchor. Do this for 2 minutes, full breath in, full breath out. And every time your mind wanders, if there is any kind of distraction, any sound, someone calls you, your phone rings, notification, whatever it is, just ignore. Bring your mind back to your breath. This is called as breath awareness. Breath is one of the most powerful anchors that we have. Every time you bring your mind back to your breath, you are strengthening your mental muscle of awareness. And when you keep on doing this, over a period of time, you'll realize, in just few practices, you'll realize that you can now access the power to cultivate calm on demand. This is how we facilitate our mind to be in the present. With every practice, you are strengthening your ability to withdraw your mind from the state of overthinking. This is how you become emotionally powerful. Got it? Now, the third tool that I'd like to share with you when it comes to breaking the pattern of overthinking is by using your physiology. Do you know that our mind and our body are the two sides of the same coin? Yes, whenever you are mentally restless, you are physically restless too. When you are physically restless, you are mentally restless too. They are the two sides of the same coin. So one of the best ways, one of the proven ways to overcome or to break the pattern of overthinking is to move your body. When I say move your body, I don't literally mean that you should dance, but by moving your body, for example, if you are sitting at one place, just get up from that place and start walking. Just go somewhere. Some kind of movement, stretch yourself. Ergonomics, you can get into your power pose. Just open up your chest, you broaden your shoulders, lift your head, take few deep breaths. It instantly changes your biochemistry. Yes, that's the power of physiology. And most of the times, we undermine the power of physiology. Just do this couple of times, and you will see that instantly your mood shifts, your focus shifts. Our focus defines our feelings. When you're constantly focusing on the glass that is empty, you start feeling exhausted. You start feeling drained. But when you start focusing on the good aspects, the positive aspects of your life, you can actually break that pattern of overthinking. Gratitude is one of the best tools to change the gears of your mind. So, from today onwards, whenever you find yourself overthinking, you can pick any of these tools and you can start implementing it. Was this useful? Yes. I really loved having this conversation with you. Did you? Yes. Let me know here in the comment section. Just drop your thoughts. What do you think about everything that I just spoke? Do you want to add something to this? Feel free to do that. I would love to learn from you as well. So drop your thoughts here, drop your comments here. And the best part of dropping your comments here is there's so many others who will learn from your comments. And in a way, you become a catalyst to their learning as well. Thank you very much. I'm Alok Taunk. I'm a mindfulness and mindset coach, and I would love to have more such conversations with you. Would you like to have such conversations with me? If yes, then just drop a yes here and do subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss these kind of interactions. God bless you. Have a fantastic life ahead.